the only reason I say don't put me in the toilet is because I'll end up in the sea, and I don't want to end up in the sea.
Welcome back to the Threescreens.
Threescreens, the Threescreens.
I think lockdown technically ended today, but
yeah,
it's also easier, isn't it?
But
we have to record outdoors. It's a problem.
Yeah, there's still that tier thing in it. There's like places are opening up, but you still can't go and visit your fucking nan. You can go to Primark 24 hours a day, but you can't go and see your mum.
Visit your nan in the fucking garden in the minus where the fucking freezing cold
in
weather.
It, yeah. It's supposed to snow.
You go meet your nan down the cafe, but you can't have a coffee around your nan's.
In it,
great.
You can go to a restaurant with.
You can walk around with your nan in Primark for 24 hours side by side, but you can't go around her house for 5 minutes.
That's time to ring nan, mate.
Welcome to England.
Yeah, well, you know, we've saved a third of lives. So was it worth it? Probably not.
According to what? Like,
yeah, who's making those measurements?
The coronavirus expert team.
The Corona man. He's just sat in the back room, just counting numbers.
That's stupid.
So, Lewis, I said beforehand, Greg has something to tell you about his day. He did a little something today, didn't you, Greg?
Go on, Greg. Apparently you did something, innit?
Went skateboarding.
You went to what, sorry?
I went skateboarding.
You went skateboarding?
Yeah, I went skateboarding, man. I bought a new deck.
In this shitty weather, bruv.
Dude, it was actually really good. It was really good.
I appreciate the grind, if you pardon the pun.
Hey.
I landed as a kickflip, like, whoosh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I filmed it.
Fair play. I tell you what, it does, skateboarding, it really does take some, it's like a lot of things that, like, I did when I was a kid that you don't realise how hard they are, because when you're a kid, you're just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, when I was a kid, I used to swim all the time. Haven't swam or done any swimming like 10, 11, 12 years, whatever. I went swimming. I was fucked after like 3 or 4 laps. And skateboarding's the same. Like, I used to skate around when I was like, I used to skate for days on end when I was like, when I was like 12, 13, 14, it was like in the summer, it was like, let's just skateboard all day long. And fuck me, I found my old deck at the start of lockdown. I was like, I'm going to do this. Spent like 2 hours on it. And by the end of it, I was just like, my knees. I haven't got the knees anymore.
I can't get up from sitting down without killer pain between my in my thighs. In the middle,
Mate,
it's horrible.
Really bad, isn't it? Like, it's really bad. Like, I couldn't do it, yeah.
Or so.
It's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, managed to land a kickflip. He got a bit annoyed at me recording him, but at the same time...
I'm there trying to fucking, like, learn how to skateboard again. Matt's just standing there, like...
Yeah, because I wanted to get a bail.
It's absolutely bugging me out. I'm like, fucking, what are you doing?
Yeah, I left you alone after a while, didn't I?
A bone mush.
Yeah, that's what Matt's looking for. He's looking for a bail to put on, like, Lad Bible or whatever. Fail army.
Skate Bible, bro.
You'd never believe what happened to this guy after he started skateboarding.
Now we're going to send it into Scarred, mate.
Oh, fuck that.
I was thinking about this. Imagine a HD Scarred now. You know, back in the day, it was so grainy and it's like, is that a bone poking out? Can't really tell that 1 pixel of, like, white. But now...
Do you know what? I often think about that, like, is it like, you know, when you Google, like when you YouTube these old TV shows that you used to watch and you're like, fucking hell, this looks shit, and not even like just what it's about, but like just the picture. Is it like, is it just looking shit, or is it just, that's how it looked back then and we didn't realise? Like,
that's what it just looked like.
It's a bit of both.
It's like when you remember a video, like, oh man, that video game was so good, and you look at it now, it's just some squares.
It's weird, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
I remember,
Tetris,
like,
man.
The first few GTAs I played, like, and like I used to play a game called, like, I think it was called Driver.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
remember
in my head, that game looked real. Like, that was and then you look back at it and it's like, jeez. This is something like there's no 3D textures at all. Everything's flat. It's like fucking hell. Like
I remember from Driver just this. God damn, you wrecked your car, man. That's all I remember because there was a story mode that we couldn't get past because we were kids. We didn't know what was going on. You just skip everything, don't you? You don't listen to anything.
Mush, like when you were, I don't think I played games all my childhood. I don't think I ever completed many of them. Like not until I got older, anyway, and could appreciate like a story But like, yeah, my mum used to tell me I would just play I just run around like a fucking headless chicken, and occasionally her or me dad would have to fucking do a bit for me. But I'd never finished any game ever.
Dad, can you do the mission where you sleep with the hooker and then cut her head off and then take the money back, please?
No, I don't think my mum liked me playing GTA.
Fallout game, and I remember it so much as a kid. But playing it as an adult, I realised I hardly even got past the prologue.
Yeah.
You know, it's mental.
But when you're a kid as well, like repetition is one of those things. You can watch the same movie like 100 days in a row.
No, I can still do that. Well, maybe not 100. Yeah, no, you're right.
I can still watch films on repeat. I don't intentionally do it, but I could.
When I was a kid, I would watch fucking videos until they were burnt out. Like, yeah, definitely, you're right. You can watch the same movie like 8 nights in a row, and your mum's like, "You want that one on again?" Okay, you know, like fucking, like you notice it like when you're around kids now, and they're like watching the same fucking videos like 17 times.
What are
like,
you doing? There is like 1,000 movies. Right. Anyway, boys. So Greg has become fucking skate god again.
Again, you know what I mean?
Might put a little compilation of Greg at the end of this skateboarding.
Yeah, I can do skateboarding. What else did I do? I did a primo thingy.
Greg Nee Mullen.
I did a manual. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
He dropped in.
Pretty good.
He dropped in.
Yeah, on like this a mini ramp that was about this high.
Still counts.
I'll do a bigger one eventually.
Still counts.
The problem is we went to the
first day.
skate park, and you know, like some concrete skate parks, like they've got the ramp, it goes down, and then there's a fucking bump before it goes flat. You ever been to like a skate park?
Yeah.
The thing is, you're dropping, you're like, yeah, this is easy. You hit the crack, and then you fucking.
Yeah, just as it like connects. I see what you mean. Like it's just ever so slightly like.
Like a BMX to go over that, it's like whatever. But a skateboard goes over that, it's like.
But your little wheels.
Little pussy wheels.
Fucks it. Little pussy wheels.
I got the fucking Enjoy Panda.
Oh yeah, I used to like. Yeah, we used to like. My mate had an Enjoy board, I think, or Enjoy something, but used to like that. Yeah, we'd all like pick little fucking different skate brands that we liked, and you'd have like. You know what I mean? You'd always have like, oh, I like those trucks and I like those wheels, and your mates would like other different, and you all had certain skate shoes and brands that you all liked. I like that shit. I miss that shit.
Yeah, man. Those were the days, man.
Everyone had to have a different brand deck. That was like the big thing.
Man.
Like someone to have a girl, someone to have an almost or a toy machine or whatever.
My latest one. No, I didn't ride that much. It's pretty much still in fucking good nick. Like I bought it and then like I stopped skating like a year later. But it's a girl deck. It was because I became obsessed with Guy Mariano. Yeah, and he like had a girl deck series out. So I got like a Guy Mariano girl deck. Yeah, but yeah, we'd all transition and have different decks, like you say. Yeah, like we'd all fucking you'd go together and buy them together sometimes, or your friend would be like, oh, I got this one. You'd be like, oh fuck, it's something different now.
Oh boys, we had a very nice.
Take you to a skate park, man.
We had a very, very nice message / donation.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 2 weeks ago, we literally just filmed a Threescreens, and then it came through like that night. So we didn't have time to say it. So I'll just read it out quickly.
Typical.
It says, "Hey boys, look forward to the shout out when the time comes. Our channel is called Just Got a New One. Matt and Greg, you crack me up, and Lewis, You have been open about some struggles and taking meds, and it helped me when I was struggling. Lots of love, guys. Stay safe. So go check them out in the description. We'll go put their thing there.
Fuck yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Legend.
That was awesome. Nice little. It's nice to know that there are at least some people out here there getting something from this inane babble. You know what I mean?
It's definitely not us. It's definitely not like 90%.
Now I come away with less from every time we talk to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, hopefully
less IQ or less brain cells.
Hopefully, guys, after today's one, where I tell you the 30 bad reasons to never go in the sea or anywhere near the ocean.
Yeah,
I really don't go in the sea. I fucking hate it.
Like graves and old people. I think sea bashing is. I think
sea bashing.
Are we gonna call it sea bashing?
Sea bashing time.
That's our new thing. We need to keep people out the sea because there's too many people that are like it's fucked. Like I hate the sea.
When I see people really far out, I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Dude, when I see people just at the beach, like even putting their feet in, I'm like, nah, don't do that, mate. You're born with lungs, not gills. You don't belong there.
I don't know how.
We've evolved. Yeah, you're going backwards.
I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to get through this because there are 30 reasons on this website I found.
Pre-read them, and if some of them are shit, then just skip over them. Like we want the horrendous shit that's going to keep people out of the ocean.
Well, here's one.
Like, makes your feet wet. Oh, okay, we know that.
That's and it's some really weird number chucked in the middle. It's like number 16 or something. It's like, what is that there? Like,
we've all heard of black holes in space, haven't we?
In space.
Space, the final frontier. Well, in the ocean, there are things called eddies, which are similar to black holes. They're similar to black holes in space, meaning nothing in their path can escape.
That's
the largest one ever found was 93 miles in diameter.
What? How does that work underwater?
Size of
you're just swimming. It's a big tunnel thing of water that just go down into.
Like a plug.
Yeah, but it's got to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like a black hole is like
goes into the depth.
Goes into where?
Goes into the depths of the ocean.
Oh, okay. So it will start like maybe not necessarily too deep, but it will suck you like down right to the bottom. That's horrible.
Well, here's another reason to hate it.
Ugh.
We're constantly discovering terrifying new creatures in the sea.
It's an alien world, isn't it? It really is.
I'm not even joking. You look up new sea creature, and there's like a new one every week that is just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're always shit.
Colossal squid's quite scary.
Before, but...
they're not newly found, are they?
Did anybody see that thing recently? Sorry, about it was like some fucking whale or something that was like 100 odd years old or some shit. Did you see anything about that? Was it a whale?
Was it
whales can some whales can live up to well over 100 years old.
Well over.
Yeah, well maybe it was older than that. I can't. It was something. It was a significant age for people to be like, "Fuck me, I can't Google it because I'm on my phone." But
we found a whale one that had like 18th or 19th century harpoons in it. So it would have been hunted like well over 100 years ago. It's mental. Mate,
that's fucking crazy.
There's a whale called the bowhead whale, which their average lifespan is 200 years.
Maybe it was one of them and it had lived, but I can't. It was maybe somebody had seen it. Let me know if you have. But it was a few weeks ago, and it was some whale or something like that, and it was significantly old for people to be like, fucking hell. And it was a picture of it, and it was massive, and it was all haggard and beaten up.
Oh, is it the Greenland shark?
That's it, the Greenland shark. Yeah. That's as soon as you said that. Yeah, how old was the fucking thing?
400 years.
Yeah, they're mental.
Oh god!
You just go to Dignitas at that age, wouldn't you?
Shit.
You would.
That guy needs a medal for living
he's-
in the most horrid place in the fucking universe for 400 years. Fair
If
play.
he's wearing a mask, he must be fucking one of the vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like...
So I have skipped one, but it's because it was boring. The next one is one I talk about quite often. These guys know I hate it. So can you guess what that
Very good.
Yeah,
is? Boom.
Must be.
your favourite.
Do you know, I watched that video the other day, the one where
Oh.
you guys...
Greg's gone. Greg's back.
The one where you guys peeled my eyelids open and forced me to watch horrific things for...
Yeah, near the
About
start
half an
of
hour.
lockdown, I went back and watched loads of old videos that we filmed together because I forget how many there like in the back of my head, and some of them blend together because like
Yeah.
it's normally just really last minute. Like we'll be at yours and it's like quite late or something. It's just like let's just go and film this quickly. So in my head it's sort of like oh yeah we would. Oh wait, that was another video, and then I'm watching back and it's like I think there's like 4 or 5, and there's loads of them. Like
There's
yeah,
a couple, yeah.
there's a few in there.
Yeah.
There is a few.
We need to make some more when lockdown's over. Properly,
Definitely.
anyway.
I'm fucking bored, man. I've got loads of stuff I want to do.
Yeah. Get out there.
Let's make a skate.
Skateboarding video. Hey, the game Escape between you two, yeah?
I'm down for it. He'll fucking kick my ass.
Loser gets their arsehole waxed.
I'm not down for that.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's not
I'd
exactly.
rather shave my head again.
Would you?
I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm not down for that. I don't want anyone going near my hole.
That's toxic.
my
That's
hole.
toxic masculinity. That is, you pussy.
Fucking going down to the trench.
So yeah, we've all heard me talk about jellyfish before. I hate them. They're cunts.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I can't say it's like a thing I think about.
Next
But,
one, guys, is it says the ocean floor is littered with shipwrecks and dead bodies.
That's horrible. Yeah.
No, that's pretty metal. That's pretty cool. I like that. The only thing I find interesting about the sea is all of these shipwrecks that you can go down and have a look at. I'd love to go do it if it wasn't for the fact that it was in the fucking sea with fucking satanic creatures surrounding me constantly.
What you need
Yeah,
is
it's just.
go on.
No, I was literally just going to agree with it. It's literally, that's it, isn't it? It's just anything that might be ever so slightly interesting about the ocean. Like, but I'd love to go and see like the coral reefs. Like, fucking hell, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing. But there's just there's bits that just ruin it for the rest of them. You know what I mean? It's just it's not worth it for me. I don't care how pretty they are. I look at photos. I watch the next David Attenborough. I'm not getting in it.
I'm so
Nah.
glad David Attenborough exists because we wouldn't be able to see
In
all
it.
this horror, like amazing stuff, but it's just covered in horrific shit.
In HD, that's so good. It looks better than if you did see it in person.
Yeah.
So you may as well just watch it on the telly.
Tricking our
Like-
eyes.
I love it when you watch the Attenborough documentary and he's like showing you like things on land. You're like, oh, isn't that so pretty and amazing? And then he shows you some stuff in the sea and it's like, fuck the earth. I fucking hate the earth. Let's pollute and destroy it. I fucking hate it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like a delicate balance of making you love everything and hate him.
It's weird, yeah, because it's what's the big David Attenborough show? It's
Planet
'cause
Earth.
he's got
What, a
Planet
new one.
Earth, yeah, he does
Yeah.
Planet Earth, but then the ocean one's Blue Planet, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird
Yeah.
because for me there's such a contrast because of, like I remember I would watch Planet Earth like I'd have it on the telly and I'd be all like I'd watch it at bed and it'd be like oh this is all relaxed I'm watching Planet Earth this is great I just love the soothing sound of David Attenborough you know what I mean and then like I'd have Blue Planet on and I'd be sat there like cover pulled up like fucking just looking at all these
What is this?
horrifying fucking mate they are monsters they're fucking aliens
They
bro.
are
It's
aliens.
so
They are
scary
aliens.
the shit that's right at the bottom that like
Well,
and
funnily
all
enough,
the bends and the shit. Like,
funnily enough, me and Greg got to see a load of those monsters, didn't we, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something then, but
Oh, okay.
you can
Yeah,
follow
we did.
on. We saw.
We saw one. I don't think it's a monster. It's probably the only interesting animal in the sea, and it's a giant isopod.
Giant
That's so
isopods.
interesting. Baka baka.
They have like
Giant
butt flaps.
isopod.
They have like butt flaps that make them go forward,
Buff.
They're basically
man.
like
giant
a paddle that goes like this.
And they're like, what are they? Are they the depths? Are they one of these
Yeah.
monsters?
Yeah, but I saw some guy
Ugh.
fishing it, and he caught one in like a lake, and then he just cooked it and ate it. A great big, massive woodlouse looking motherfucker.
No, don't do that.
You never eaten
Oh.
woodlouse?
Speaking of woodlouse looking motherfucker, do you remember that thing I sent you the other day or yesterday? That like parasite in that fish's tongue.
Oh god.
Do you remember that? I can't remember
yeah,
what the
that
actual.
That looks like one of them. It looks like what they look like. Smaller.
For people
Parasite tongue
listening,
things are horrible.
yeah, I can't remember what the actual name for it was, but it was like a picture of somebody opening a fish's mouth, and what looks like a giant woodlousey thing, parasite, is just sat in this fish's mouth, and it basically like works its way and it latches onto the tongue, and basically like over time it just becomes the tongue, and it like takes over as the tongue, and it just sits there in its mouth and like gets food as well as well as the fish. It's fucked up.
That is mental. Can you imagine catching a fish? Yeah, being like, oh yeah, check out this fish, and then you open its mouth to get the hook out, and it's just.
Oh fucking.
That's a cool idea, though.
Apparently, yeah, the parasite enters through the gills. It severs the blood vessels in the fish's tongue, causing the original tongue to fall off and replacing it.
It's graphic. Imagine that happening to you. Like
Nah.
you don't realise, you're just like, funny thing in my
honest.
mouth, like, and you're just like for a few days, like, and you ask someone, you're like, can you look at my tongue? I think I might have an ulcer or something. And then you just open your mouth, and that thing is just like,
Like a giant woodlouse just staring at you.
Baka
that's like
baka.
some horror movie. That's
We
fucked.
should make that as a horror movie, boys. When the horrific things from the bottom of the sea come up,
Oh god, yeah.
and they can
When
they
they-
can like float or whatever.
When they finally evolve and catch us up, do you know what I mean? And they just come out with legs like looking exactly the same as they do, but like
Oh,
they
pretty
charge
light.
at us. I reckon we could kick them. And the bends, do you know what I mean, would fuck them up by the time they got. So even if they did grow legs at the bottom of the ocean, by the time they got up to the top of us, they'd be fucked. So,
No, well, that's why though the infamous blobfish is like that, because the decompression, because it lives so low.
fucked, isn't it?
When you get it
Yeah,
up, it just like goes all floppy.
That scares the crap out of me. Like,
The bends. Well, we'll get to the bends. Don't worry.
oh, can we not?
Okay. Well, we can skip that one if you want.
Nah, go on.
Okay, the next one is one I would never have thought of. It's a lightning magnet. So imagine you're swimming around. What's that? Horrible thunder noise. Bro, you're getting fried.
What?
Well,
What?
what?
What do you mean?
Explain it again.
Okay.
You know, lightning rod.
Yeah, is the ocean is a lightning rod. It's yeah. It's a
Did I miss something?
It's
Or
a
am I
conductive
confused?
substance. Imagine you're swimming around, and you hear
Oh,
Yeah.
you hear thunder or lightning, bro. You're gonna get fried.
Oh, right. No, sorry. I
happened?
was. Yeah, I
Is-
bet
is there,
that's
like-
happened.
It says
I
here.
want to see some evidence.
There's no evidence. It's just like your claims, Greg. Because water is a conductive substance, the lightning spreads rapidly and can electrocute any people, animals, and boats that are in it.
I don't think that's actually a problematic thing because it means those little fuckers are getting zapped.
Yeah, do you remember when
That's
Homer
true.
Simpson went fishing and he chucked whatever in the fucking water and all the fish are like, and they all just come up like at the same time, like, do you know, like that.
My favorite. I love watching like when you see hillbillies doing dynamite. I'm just like, that is a genius way of fucking. Because first off, fishing is so boring.
It's illegal now,
The
isn't it?
second, you're killing as many of them as possible. Those little fuckers. Those little fucking.
What, fish?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't hate all fish. In fact, I really like fish. Like, I would
Why don't
love
you marry
a big,
him?
like, when you marry one, I'd love a big, like, tropical tank. I stayed somewhere once, and somebody had a big, gigantic tropical tank, and it was honestly, I could just have it instead of a TV. Like, I could have just sat there and watched it for hours. There was
Yeah.
so many different things, and they all have their different little routines. There's a fish that goes over here and he gets the bit from the sand at the bottom and he takes it over there. Then there's another one that pokes his head out the rock and will clean something and nick something and fuck off. Like, I just got fucking mesmerised by these fish just swimming around. I could have watched them for days. But yeah, no.
You could chuck the dynamite in there and it'd solve everyone's issue.
What, by everyone's issue? I mean yours.
Oh my.
You feel you can dynamite as many. Like,
Terrified of the sea. I used to have this weird thought when I was a kid. Whenever we went to a swimming pool, I'd just think that there's like fish hidden in it.
Yeah.
You know, and just the thought of fish being near me while I'm swimming.
Well, me and
I was
Greg, I think
Yeah,
one of our first panic attacks, Greg, synchronized panic attack we had, was when we went to in Bournemouth. There was a swimming pool, and in the swimming pool, on the bottom of it, they painted a dolphin. Do you remember me and you getting in there? Like, ah!
There's a dolphin in there.
Yeah, we were like
That's
7 and 5 or something.
Greg's dolphin hatred came from, like.
Yeah.
That's where it began.
I don't know sea animals. Like, I think whales are one of my favorite animals. It's just I hate most of them.
Talking about killer whales and dolphins. Did you see that video I sent you in the chat, Lewis?
Yeah, that was fucking savage. I mean, obviously, it's hard to see like size perspective on a video like that, but that thing looked big. What was it? It was a killer whale with a what sort of dolphin was that in its mouth?
I think it was just a normal bottlenose.
Yeah, but fucking hell, it just had it like hello, and just fucked off with it and like
the dolphin's in the mouth like I'm fucked.
But
I'm
the
just
size
fucked.
difference, like it was like a dog toy like in his mouth, just like and just fucked off with it. It was tiny.
I keep telling people don't trust killer whales. No one listens.
I think the directors of Blackfish have been trying to get that out before you, Greg. Have you watched Blackfish, Greg?
No, I don't care enough. From what I've heard, the idea of Blackfish is they're trying to make orcas seem like these innocent little pups that are being tortured, slaves and stuff, which is probably true. But because they're orcas, I just don't care.
Greg's got beef with the orcas.
Look, I'm not saying that all orcas are bad, but I think okay, let's put it this way. Okay, orcas are vicious. Best way to see it is orcas are like humans, except they're humans that live in the ocean. They're smart, they're cunning, they're apex predators. They can kill and eat great white sharks. They kill and eat any kind of whale. They are motherfuckers. So that's why they're so scary, because
they're the cream of the crop.
Like, you can't trust another human. You can never trust another human. A human will stab you in the back, murder you any time that you can get an opportunity. Same with orcas.
Greg,
that's
what kind of humans do you hang around with, bruv? I don't know. I killed them all.
No, maybe you won't at the moment because we live in a civil society. But imagine if all the supply chains, dude, you can't live like 5 minutes without fast food. You eat me straight away. You would straight away eat me. I can't trust you, motherfucker.
I wouldn't eat you.
Human nature is very situation based, I will say.
Greg, so long as you cook for me, I will not eat you.
Like, how long into the apocalypse before you eat the family dog? How long in? Like,
I don't know. I've never experienced that kind of hunger.
No, I was using hunger as a thing, but
we are just animals that have domesticated themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, we will.
That's true.
Yeah, we've domesticated ourselves, right? And we've made up these weird little rules that we all have to follow by, and it's just the norm now because we've done it for a few odd 100 years, like the same sort of things. When really, like, fuck knows what on earth our purpose is here. Do you know what I mean? But we're all just following these little rules and these little things that I can do and I can't do. It's fucking strange.
You can go see your nan down the fucking cafe, but not our house.
Here we go. Here we fucking go again.
It's so dumb. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think of the Bermuda Triangle?
You know, I watched a film on it recently, like a horror film. It was pretty shit, but. The Bermuda Triangle, I remember watching a documentary on it as a kid, and it like just having these like a very early memory. I just remember watching this thing, and it was about like 3 planes in World War II or World War One that went that some went missing over there and were never found, and they sent people out looking and they went missing as well, or some shit like that. And I remember as a kid watching that, like, that's really creepy. Like, that freaked me out. But yeah,
I used to be terrified of Bermuda Triangle because when we were younger, we went to Miami when I was like, I must have been 12, and I just remember being terrified of the fact that our flight path went through the Bermuda Triangle, and as a kid who
actually went through
it. Yeah, and literally I read so much in the Bermuda Triangle. I was like, no! You know, I was like, dolphins down there! But yeah, it was pretty horrifying.
Oh, Greg, I was just thinking, you know, we got all those DVDs of us when we were kids.
Yeah.
There must be footage of us at SeaWorld, and I'd love to get it and put it somewhere with you acting like when you liked killer whales.
Careful, you'll get cancelled though because of SeaWorld.
You had where you go in the space.
Everyone's been to SeaWorld.
I haven't.
Yeah, I was actually very proud to support the continued Orcas.
Fucking hell, man.
Well, okay, guys, what do you think about the fact that much of it, the bottom of the ocean remains unexplored?
That is so unbelievably frightening. That, like, isn't it? Don't they say they know more about space than they do about what's at the bottom of the ocean?
They know they've mapped 100% of the Moon and Mars, but only 5% of the ocean.
5%.
That's what they say.
5%.
There's nothing interesting to find down there. Just more horror.
I don't know.
More horror.
Yeah, innit?
Yeah. What have they got down there?
Thing.
I don't have anything that interesting.
Well, I think your word. I think the word you're looking for there is they don't have anything down there that's good. I think interesting. I reckon there's definitely some interesting shit lurking around the bottom of there, right? But yeah, no, definitely nothing that I wouldn't want to encounter any undiscovered shit down there. If it was like you can spin a roulette wheel of undiscovered sea creatures at the bottom of the ocean, I'm not risking my fucking. Nah.
Hey, Greg.
Right. God knows what you'd come up against.
Greg, what's the chances that a Megalodon still exists?
Like 0.
Oh.
It's just too big. It's way too big to not show. Like, you'd see signs of it in the eco.
What the fuck is a Megalodon?
It's like
a great white shark. Like, you know, like how a great white shark's like pretty long, pretty big.
Mm.
Megalodon's like about maybe 5-6 times bigger, ish.
5 or 6 times bigger than a great white.
I think they went extinct 10 million years ago, 5 million years ago. So,
fucking hell.
I think it was that recent. I'm not too sure. I like I said, I hate sea animals and I try to avoid them, even prehistoric.
10 million years, that recent, huh?
It's very recent. The dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago.
Okay, pretty recent then. In retrospect.
Apparently you can still find their teeth everywhere. Like,
yeah, you can. You can. They're like this.
They're
like
fucking
this big,
massive.
so absolutely massive. Like I said, you'd find signs of them still if they were still alive. So we can be sure that there's no Megalodon, but we can't be sure there's not a colossal isopod There's a giant isopod, but what about the colossal isopod?
Well, it said earlier on that the largest colossal squid ever found was only discovered 11 years ago. So, like, type of colossal squid.
And how big was it?
Hang on,
Some
I'll
good
find
evidence.
Oh Christ!
What do you say, Greg?
Yeah,
A colossal squid does give some evidence that there might be something big lurking down there.
59 feet
guess we'll
was the
find out.
longest one.
Did you just say colossal squid give evidence that there might be something bigger lurking down there?
Yeah, well, no, I'm not saying bigger, but saying another big thing. Maybe
Yeah. Is
something
that because
weird.
they've like got marks on them and shit? They're always covered in like fucking.
Nah,
oh
sperm
no,
whales.
sperm.
We knew that. Yeah, we knew colossal squids existed before we found them because we found massive bites and like.
That was it. I got it mixed up in my head. Yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, man. Go on then. How big was this squid?
59 feet.
That's fucking.
59 feet.
Yeah.
And
it weighed a ton.
That's horrifying.
It's scary, isn't it?
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
I mean, just Google what their eyes look like.
Jesus. See, that's what gets me. Like, nothing is scarier than real life. Nothing is scarier than shit that already exists here on this planet.
I agree.
Whether it's crackheads in the dark or colossal squids, like nothing. You don't need fiction and crazy
Yeah, that's
stuff.
why
Like,
I think I'm not overly big on horror movies.
What's that?
I said I think that's why I'm not overly big on horror movies. Things like
It's too much, isn't it? Yeah, when you're trying, and it's like, especially when we live in this era of the internet where you can just see all this gory, horrendous shit all the time. Like some little horror movie where some woman's like, with an axe or something. I ain't fucking whatever. You know,
Dude,
I feel ya.
Like a slasher film where it's like all the teenagers being killed, and you're like, yeah, well, I just watched a documentary on a guy that murdered like his 5 kids. That's like 10 times more horrifying.
The scariest thing I've ever watched was Chernobyl.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that was.
Because it exists. It happened.
Radiation is so fucking terrifying. That's the
Stuff
only
is always-
thing I've watched that's made radiation as terrifying as it needs to be like, laid out as it is.
Stuff is always so much more terrifying when it's more influenced on truth or based on, but more times than not based on true stories. Like, yeah, I guess that is it's like 50-50 with Chernobyl. I get that. I watched like the first 2 episodes. Guess that show is filmed quite well. But yeah, knowing that shit actually happened is like.
I think that's why the Blair Witch
Fucking
project
hell,
did so
like-
well. Because they did this whole this is real life footage. And that, like, because a lot of people back then were like, oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I get
Scared
because
them off.
yeah, Blair Witch would have been because it's almost kind of like a
The internet wasn't a big thing back then.
yeah,
it's
kind
not
of like a
now, because
vlog
you
in it
can do that
almost.
through
Like
that lens.
yeah, fuck, I never thought about it like that.
We need to. Here's what we need to do. Here's a plan. We need to make a Blair Witch project, but like actually all 3 of us go missing for like a couple of months, but it's the footage still
Don't tell anyone.
get released. Yeah,
The Grave Witch Project.
the Grave Witch.
Oh,
So yeah,
mate.
guys, we've been talking about the ocean, but what about when the ocean comes to the land? Tsunamis, motherfucker.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, like
All those stories of like tiger sharks coming up with the fucking sea
Yep.
and killing people after the tsunami. When was that tsunami? Was that Boxing Day? Like it was it was like a decade ago. Well over a
2005,
decade
wasn't
now.
it? 2005 tsunami.
Yeah, it was naughty.
2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami.
Yeah, I think that's where all those stories came from. That was fucking horrifying.
Yeah, there was
Like that.
the stories of all the dead bodies just floating around being eaten by sharks whilst apparently the alive people weren't getting eaten because they were just eating the dead people, the bodies. It's so horrible.
That's I mean, at least you're not getting eaten alive. So
It killed 250,000 people.
That's fucked. Man. That's a lot of people in one sitting.
Yeah, it's one of the worst natural disasters ever, isn't it?
That's fucked, bro.
That's mental. Anyway, so yeah, tsunamis. To the bends! The ocean depths will literally crush you to death.
Like a fucking natural trash compactor.
Yeah!
Car crusher, bro.
Car crusher. Says the average depth for the ocean is around 12,000 feet. I kind of am morbidly curious as to what a human body would look like at that.
Do you know what? I was literally just thinking about it in my head, like, what about days of, like, when pirates would, like, they'd bootstraps, like, they would, like, you know what I mean? They'd drop, like, I mean, I assume you would die a long time before you hit the bottom of the ocean. I think you would drown before then, depending on how deep it was. But, yeah, like, if you were dropped over deep enough water, would you, like, die, and then as you hit the bottom, would you just, like, would you be all mangled?
Greg,
you know what I mean? Like,
Greg, here's a question for you. Would you just look like 1,000 thin ham slices, just crushed into like an acre worth of ham slice thinnery?
No, I don't think you would be.
What would happen?
It wouldn't be as dramatic and cool as you want it to. It would be obviously things like your lungs would crush, so your chest cavity will crush.
Oh.
But the thing is that a lot of your body is already water. It would be the air-filled bits that get crushed. Obviously, like I don't know. It's hard to say what it would do. But it wouldn't be like you wouldn't turn into like this gelatinous blob at the bottom of the seafloor. It's not that cool.
Maybe we need to bring.
I'm pretty sure Mythbusters about it.
Maybe we need to bring Gerg Sagan back, and you can tell us next time on the next Threescreens. Maybe
try and find out
what happens to you. Like, how does the bends affect you as a human?
I'll have to have a look.
Well, here's the next ones, boys.
Go on.
There's a long article here. I'm not going to read all of it, but it says,
no.
Science explains what draws humans to the sea. Humans are naturally geared to be lured into the sea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just not a normal human then.
No, same. But I think that's because I think that's because we know what's in there. I think before that.
No, but I've had it all my life. I've always been terrified.
You must have seen like something like Jaws, or for you to be afraid of it, there has to be like a trigger.
Our mum did used to make us horrifying.
Make us what?
Watch like horrifying things like that.
Yes,
but she made me. She was like, "Yeah, it's fine. You can watch Jaws." There's fucking shark eating people. I'm like, Mom. She's like, you can't get that big. I'm like, is that real? Jesus Christ.
That's jokes.
Horrifying, man.
Fucking hell.
It was the same afterwards. Ever since I've gone out my way to kill as much sea life as I can before I die.
Wow. Is that why you're a big seafood connoisseur? You need to start eating sushi with me, Greg.
No, I actually don't like fish. I don't
deplete
like
the sea.
I really like mussels and prawns.
I like oysters.
You know, I'm not a big fan of oyster, but I'll eat it.
I like oysters.
My favourite bit's the shell. Anyway, Just a quick plug, by the way. Another link in the description. Threeskins highlights. I'm going to try and do a highlight video for every... Because I've got this laptop now. I have no excuse but to edit. So I'm going to try and do one for every single thing we release. A nice little...
That'd be cool, man.
2 to 5 minute little thing.
Yeah, the last one was good. If people would want to go over and check out the Threeskins highlights, that would be cool. They are... I don't know what it is. Something about adding animations or moving a little bit. Just makes things so much funnier, doesn't it?
And
weird.
what I do is I because you know when it was switching between us close up and big.
Yeah.
It's cutting out all the ums and ahs, and it was so it flows.
Mate. That's the thing about us in a podcast, yeah. Like, we talk about good stuff, but we are very ummy and ahry and slow and like...
Yeah.
So
it's because a lot of podcasts sit there and they'll do a read through beforehand.
Yeah, see, fuck that.
Oh, mate, imagine that. Imagine putting that much effort into a podcast. Fucking absolute nutters.
Caring that much. Fucking dickheads, yeah.
So, back to the sea, boys. Only a few left. Bacteria. There's bacteria that scientists still aren't sure how many illnesses can be picked up from it, and that's in the sea. So if you go in the sea, it's confirmed that you can catch hepatitis, Legionnaire's disease, MRSA, or as Americans call it, MRSA, gastroenteritis, and pink eye from the sea.
It's just, why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself?
Stay away from the sea.
Innit?
Sea bashing time.
If I told you before you came in my house that you could catch any one of those things from being in there, you wouldn't come in, even just for a quick cuppa. So why are you like stripping off and running in the like, woo, swimming around in it and it going in your mouth and stuff? Like,
put them off, man. Like, is it like to draw on your example? Imagine if everyone that came out over my house, like a few of them came out with giant bite marks on them. You know what I mean? People would be like, dude, that guy keeps biting people. Don't go over his house.
I've been looking, you know, there's a trend. Everybody's big old fucking honking bite marks. Like,
I know.
That's great.
That's jokes.
That's funny. I've skipped the last couple of them because it's an article. You know where articles drop off at the end and they're like really reaching for stuff.
Oh yeah, they're just clinging, hoping that you're still there. Like
every cracked article.
Yeah, was it BuzzFeed or some shit?
No, it's I've actually exited it now.
Well, we'll never know. Let's not give him any credit. Fuck them.
They weren't even that good, though. You get a bad review.
It was Best Life.
Thank you, Best Life, for being our subject of ridicule this week.
Yee. Now we're going to have an article on them by us. That
was a good list, to be fair. There were some things in there that I kind of knew about and this and that, but it was good. I avoid the sea anyway, but now I'm going to be extra careful.
Well, we needed to educate the fans because...
Exactly.
Yes, we need to spread awareness for how horrific the sea is. If you want to swim, go to a swimming pool. If you want to fish, go to a lake. But the sea...
Just avoid... Yeah, the big blue one. The big blue one.
The big blue one.
The big blue one. Avoid that one. The little blue ones, they're alright, but the big blue one, avoid that one. It's full of nasty shit.
One of the biggest issues is how fucking polluted it is. It's like going in that. People just be bathing in raw sewage. It's just pointless. Why are you doing that to yourself?
Yeah, that reminded me actually.
That was in there.
We were talking about all the things that you can get in the sea just a second ago. I was watching a show with a mate a while back, and it was like this guy who like goes out and gets bitten by all sorts of animals around the world and does all this horrible shit. And he went swimming in is it the Ganges?
Yeah,
he went in the Ganges,
don't do that.
Right? And like there is shit like floating around there. I swear to God, like if I can get the clip of it, it'd be so good. I'll try and remember what the show's called. But he's like under the water and he bobs his head up and a poo like hits him in the forehead. I swear to God, like a passing by shit is like.
there's hundreds of thousands of dead bodies put into the Ganges every year.
It's fucked,
mental.
man.
There's people whose entire job is to swim on the Ganges and get dead bodies and take them out of it.
And there's people on the side like drinking out of it and shit. Like it's fucked.
The Ganges is the most mental. If aliens ever visited us, they'd be like, man, this is cool. This is what the fuck is this? The fuck is that? You know what I mean? They'd look at that shit. They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're doing that in it and that in it. What? They
always say, "Don't shit where you eat."
Yeah, it's just
they do everything there. They eat in it. They drink in it. They die in it. Like all sorts.
I kind of would like a Viking burial because it's quite.
Viking burials are cool. I don't know if it is true, but like, you can still do those, right? Because I mean, it's over. As long as you're in international water, right?
And already
like,
dead.
I suppose you could. Yeah, obviously, but yeah. Could you not? I swear I remember somebody telling me something once about they wanted to have a Viking burial underneath, like the Severn Bridge or something because they could do it or some shit.
Can you still do Viking?
I want to be buried in Barrows.
Mate, if I can take me nan off to Switzerland, do you know what I mean, and plug her in, I should be able
plug her in.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I should be. I don't know what they do, but the chair. Imagine that. It's still
the chair. Old Sparky.
Fucking hell! Like, time to fry Gran.
Kind of looks like you can still do them, but I think you need like a mega fucking permit for it.
Imagine applying for that. That's my goal. I want to be famous enough one day that I can have a Vikings burial.
That would be nice.
I want to. How back in the day they used to make those big mounds of dirt, and like you go inside them and they bury like their people. In a barrow. I want to have that.
A barrow.
That would be like way out of my price range, but
what's a barrow?
Like in Lord of the Rings, where the king buries his son, them like mountains. Yeah.
Like a big old barrow.
Is that what that's called? I didn't know what that was called.
That's a football team, isn't
it? In the Fellowship of the Ring, obviously they cut it out from the actual film because it's part of the long bit. After they meet Tom Bombadil, they go across this area which has barrows in it, and they get caught in it and get saved.
Oh shit!
That's where they get saved by Tom Bombadil. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in the movies at all, is he?
But yeah.
Oh, just for anyone listening, a barrow is also known as a kurgan, a burial mound, or a tumuli, or tumulus.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it's what our ancient ancestors do, man. I mean, our ancient ancestors also used to eat each other and stuff, but I mean, it's still pretty cool.
Oh, dude, I'll set one up for you. If you genuinely want that, I'll see what I can do.
Build a big old mound.
We'll make you one in the garden, bruv. Your feet will just be sticking out the end of it, like. Just put some dirt on your head and chest. Like, there you go. Little mound.
Or just bury in a normal graveyard, but like just have a slight mound to yours in comparison to the others.
The main thing is I don't want a gravestone because if I have a gravestone, it's gonna let some little git go fucking bash it. I don't want that.
You have a little mound that's high enough so that you can't reach the gravestone on the top. So anyone that tries to smash yours can't.
Here's what you need, Greg.
I wouldn't mind a mausoleum. Those are.
Isn't that the one where it's like a glass case?
Nah, it's like a. It's like when you go to a graveyard, but there's like this big building.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Those. Be like a crypt.
Yeah, or like a crypt underground would be cool. If you could drag my dead body to like the London crypts, you know, the ones you can get into.
Yeah.
And then just chuck my body in there.
Lewis.
Because if someone finds that would be a big news story as well.
I mean, I'll sort it out, but I'm not dragging him there. I mean, I'd preferably drive. Like, I'm not gonna drag.
Hey Lewis,
in the
how
hole.
what do you want? Do you just want a normal burial? Do you want to be cremated? What do you want?
It
Scattered?
sounds so cliche to be like, I don't give a shit, but I don't really. I don't care. I suppose like it's kind of one of those things, unless you specifically say like, and a lot of old people do, because just like. It's kind of one of those things. I guess it's just like, well, what would they have liked? Oh, they liked going to this spot. Should we scatter them there? I don't know. It's kind of like you say, we only get the traditional like being buried or cremated. That's about it, really, isn't it? So if I'm buried, I mean, I don't really care where I am, and if I'm cremated, scatter me where you want, I guess.
I'll just put you
like
down the
someone who's
toilet.
not shit. Yeah,
I can imagine.
Maybe.
you could put a little bit of me down the toilet.
But
then I don't.
Can I smoke ya?
Don't put me in the toilet. The only reason I say don't put me in the toilet is because I'll end up in the sea, and I don't want to end up in the sea.
There it is. You come the whole way around.
Yeah,
Lewis,
you can do whatever else you want with me. I'm not bothered.
Can
You
we smoke
some
ya?
of me, sure.
Smoke
yeah,
ya.
bro. I would want you to do that.
One
Yeah.
way of exposing of dead bodies that we haven't addressed yet. And in some mountain cultures, and especially Zoroaster,
yeah.
back in the old Persian days, they used to build these giant, like, sort of round stone sort of things, and there'd be steps going up onto it. It's like a giant stone platform, probably about, maybe 4 or 5 meters up in the air, and it's like covered up, and they take the dead bodies there, and you'd lay them down and let them rot and get eaten by birds and stuff like that. It's so cool.
Is that what you want, Greg?
Yeah, it's just what they used to do. I forgot what it's called though.
I'll just bury you. Well, actually, no, I won't bury you.
If you bury them, they're not going to get eaten by the birds, are
No.
they?
Okay, all right. I fucked up what I was going to say. What I will do is I'll take you to the sea, the seafront, lay you on the beach, cover you in chips, and then just let the seagulls peck you to death. I mean, well, you're already dead.
Have you seen the lighthouse? It'd be like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the lighthouse.
Really good.
It's great.
Really good.
It's called Hour of Silence. That's what it's called.
Is it?
Look that up. It is incredible. It's actually super interesting. That's a way of people used to get rid of dead bodies.
Well,
That
if it
sounds
worked.
fucked.
If it worked. Anyway, boys,
And
I think
also, taking it. We were about to say?
I was going to say I think it's about time we wrapped up because it's nearly 1 hour.
Yeah, that's mad that we've been talking about just how shit the sea is.
The sea is shit. Go on, Greg.
We've spoken about it multiple times before as well. Yeah, go on, Greg.
Sky burials are where you do the same thing. You take your dead body up to the top of a mountain and just let the world take it back.
Yeah.
That's
birds
pretty
eat it,
cool, though.
lion eats it. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think a sky burial, if that is possible, I'd like to have that done.
I'll tell you what, I'll be down for that. Take me up to the top of a massive mountain and just let the world have its fucking...
I ain't carrying it up there.
You should go over to the Himalayas. There'll be
Well, I
some
know you're
Sherpa
not
there.
carrying me up
I'm
there,
up.
mate. You couldn't fucking do anything with fucking... Do you know what I mean? I know you ain't fucking doing it, but...
I'm sure I'll give it a good go. I'd probably be
might
part
have
of the sky burial with you if I went up there.
I was going to say, if you fuck it up, you'll be up there with me. And we're clutching on to...
What were you going to say, Greg?
I was about to say, you might have robot ankles by then, so you might
Yeah,
have to fucking jump
hopefully.
up.
Hopefully, I'd love to have robot ankles. Anyway, boys, let's wrap it up. Again, shout out to
Yeah.
our geezer, which I've fucked up because now I can't find the name.
Well done.
Just got a new one. Thank you very much.
A new one.
Just got
If
a new
you would
one.
like to donate, the link to donate is in the description. It is a tip jar. Was it through tip jar that was donated? Or no, it
Yes.
was on your stream, wasn't
It
it?
was on my stream,
was it
but they
through-
mentioned you, so I assumed it was for the podcast.
That's all right. Well, yeah, links to donate are down in the description. Hopefully, we will set up a Patreon at some point, so it's all easier. But like we've said, it's coming up with other bits that make it worth it enough for you guys. And we're not quite at that point yet at the moment, but hopefully once the world goes back to normal, we'll be able to do more shit.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
anything you want to say, Greg? Signing off.
I just point out, old people don't like you.
how do I mute him?
I don't know. I haven't really got anything else to add.
All right. All right, boys. Yeah, like the video. Just comment something. Don't comment something. Comment.
Here we go. That's gonna
Wanker.
Ooh, you got us.
Yeah. Go check out Threeskins highlights as well.
Yeah, link in the description. Go and do that. It's a bloody jolly old fun time.
My favourite one on there is still the... You laid a little trail of candies.
Oh, mate. I can't believe you managed to... I was telling somebody about that the other day. I was talking about Michael Jackson and that came up. But yeah, I can't believe we managed to... Like, how... I don't know how long that video is, but that was the exact
It's
point
about
that
half
we
an hour.
skipped it to.
It's about
Like,
half an
yeah.
hour. And I literally... I just...
at that point, like...
skipped it in 10 minutes. Straight up.
And he laid a little trail of candies. He's too old to change now.
And Greg's just there like, is he describing what he does? Alright then, boys.
He stared into a butthole.
It is 1 hour. So, let's get the fuck off here. Yeah, bang on.
Right, yeah.
Let's get the fuck off here.
Let's call it a day. See you later, boys.
Later.
Music's playing.
Adios. See you later, people. We'll see you soon for another episode of the Threescreens. Get it? Because we're all like, it's COVID and that. Bye.
Can't
Greg's
hear
playing the
anything.
guitar, but I can't hear it.
Ah, shit. It's weird. It only picks up my voice. I can't do anything else.
That's
Weird,
that's
man.
great. Alright. Bye.
Adios, boys.